not.
Paying competitors to sell generic brands of drugs? That is immoral.
Our next caller is from Pittsburgh.
If my wife dies, it's your death sentence.
Hello everybody, welcome back to Screenstars. I'm here today to bring you my review for the 2021 action thriller Sweet Girl, a film that is directed by Brian Andrew Mendoza and it stars Jason Momoa and Isabella Merced. Now this is a Netflix original film and it's one that I watched a couple of nights ago with my wife. My wife is a bit of a fan of Jason Momoa. I've no idea why. So we thought we'd give this one a go. We've had a couple of people feedback that they quite enjoyed it, watching it on Netflix, so I thought we'd watch it. And this film focuses on Jason Momoa's character, Ray Cooper, who is a devoted husband. He's got a teenage daughter, and his wife falls seriously ill with cancer. We see the early part of her treatment. She needs some kind of a new miracle drug that this pharmacy is developing. And then all of a sudden, it's pulled from the shelves by this huge pharmacist company called BioWare, I believe it's called. And that deprives her of the vital treatment that she needs. And she dies because of this. This leaves Jason Momoa absolutely devastated, along with his daughter, Rachel. And they try and seek answers that, you know, in any way they can. And the film focuses on Jason Momoa and his teenage daughter trying to seek answers and then basically stepping over a line. Lives are lost and then they end up being on the run for the majority of the film. What are my thoughts on Sweet Girl? Well, this is almost like a film of two halves. The first section of the film I actually really quite enjoyed. I thought it was thoughtful. Thought there was some interesting performances. Jason Momoa gets a lot of stick for, you know, being eye candy for the ladies and all this kind of stuff. And let's be honest, he's never going to win an Oscar. He's not that kind of actor. But I thought his acting at the beginning of the film when he was playing the devoted husband and father, especially at the death scene of his wife and things like that, was impressive enough, and I think he did pretty well. Even my wife commented, you know, that she was impressed with his acting at one point in this film. And that's kind of saying a lot for Jason Momoa. So the first section of the film, you think it's going to be like a gritty drama with this devastated man seeking answers from this huge conglomerate of this pharmacist sort of thing, trying to find out what's gone on, why these drugs were pulled, and, you know, pulling at the strings of the finances and trying to expose them in the media and all this kind of stuff. And that's ultimately what he wants to do, and his daughter. But it doesn't go down the dramatic route after a certain point in this film. It goes down the action route. And there are parts of this film where it just started to lose me because of that, because it turned from an interesting drama into an action film, and tonally it didn't seem to fit. It was almost like, well, we've got Jason Momoa, we have to make this an action film now, you know. Let's make him run about a bit, beat a few people up and shoot a few guns here and there. And it just didn't fit his character, you know. On the good side of it, though, even though he's a big, strong guy, Jason Momoa, he was never made out in this film to be better or more skilled than most of the people he fights against. It's almost like, you know, each fight he has is like a fight for survival almost. It's like a fairly unskilled guy going against skilled people and just coming out of it with, you know, the skin of his teeth. So I like that they didn't portray him in like this invincible role, you know, where he can't be hurt and stuff. He showed certainly a vulnerable side, both in his acting and in his physicality in this role, which I appreciated. Now, this film takes a turn near the end of the film. Now, I didn't expect this. Some people may have watched this and picked it up. I didn't, if I'm honest, and neither did my wife. There's a twist takes place near the end of the film, and obviously I'm not going to spoil that for many will either make the film or break it. I thought it was a really interesting choice, quite a brave choice, and you could possibly have that debate as well. But I kind of felt a little bit cheated of what had come before, because of the twist that they gave. But, you know, I got over it fairly quickly. But then how they finished the film uncovered a whole multitude of plot holes for me that left too many questions by the end of the film. It was one of those endings where here's the evidence, put the bad guy away, leave me alone now because clearly I'm innocent. And it was a bit like, yeah, that's not how real life works. You're going to jail because of what you've done. And it just kind of didn't do that by the end. It kind of did the usual Hollywood thing that they do all the time in movies. So it's a bit of an odd one, this. I really wanted to like this film, and there are aspects of this film that I did certainly enjoy. And which it's odd for me as well to say that I actually didn't like so much the action side of this film as much as I preferred the more dramatic elements of the film, and I thought it was going down a little bit of the dramatic route. So yeah, it's an odd one, this. It's a bit of a tonally and unbalanced film, but it's certainly watchable. It's certainly not the worst film Netflix has ever done. And fans of Jason Momoa out there, certainly I don't think you're going to be greatly disappointed. So I will give this one a 6 out of 10. Worth checking out if you've got a couple of hours with nothing else better to do. But don't go out of your way to watch this one, is what I would be saying, really. So that's my review for Sweet Girl, guys. I hope you liked it. I hope you found it useful. If you did, please click the like button and subscribe to the channel if you are new. And I will be back with plenty more content on the channel very, very soon.